We are just 1 week away from the Royal Rumble. This was the penultimate Smackdown before that show. And if this was supposed to get us excited for the Rumble match itself, then newsflash, it did not. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Here to review WWE Smackdown from the 20th of January 2023. So like I said, this was the penultimate Smackdown before the Rumble, but in terms of any sort of build-up, in terms of any sort of like Royal Rumble qualifiers, or build-up to the Rumble, or entry numbers to the Rumble, or new participants being added to the Rumble, in terms of all that, we got none of it. We got absolutely none of it. What we did get was the same graphic that they showed us last week. Now, Cole made a comment last week. He didn't make the comment this week, however. I'm going to bring it up because the graphic was the same. So last week they showed the Smackdown, not the Smackdown, but they showed the Royal Rumble, essentially the Women's Royal Rumble. They showed the graphic and they showed the 4 participants that have been confirmed for the match already. Those 4 participants were Rhea Ripley and Candice LeRae from Raw, and on SmackDown it was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Michael Cole responded to this, and Michael Cole said, look at this Royal Rumble, it's already a star-studded Royal Rumble. Really? He's calling Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan star-studded? Is he taking the piss? I mean, this isn't Austin, Rock, Hogan, fucking Flair. It's bums. It's people that are shit. And I don't expect WWE to be straight up honest. I don't expect Michael Cole to turn around and say, well, look at these 4 names, they suck. This wouldn't get me excited for the Rumble. I don't expect them to say that. But to blatantly lie to us, to try and pretend that these 4 are somehow mega stars and that this is a star-studded Royal Rumble, I thought that was embarrassing. People say the WWE roster in 2002 was star-studded when you had The Rock, you had Austin, you had the NWO, you had Undertaker, you had all those fucking guys. And Michael Cole is trying to say that this year's Women's Royal Rumble is star-studded. Now, if the graphic was showing Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bailey maybe, Alexa Bliss, then you could understand him saying that, even though I still wouldn't go as far as saying star-studded, but you could almost accept it. But for him to claim that Candice LeRae is a fucking star, I mean, what? The Poison Pixie? I feel like taking poison every time she comes on my TV screen. She absolutely sucks, man, and it's just straight up lies, This would be the equivalent of someone going to a scrapyard, finding a scrap piece of metal with a couple of wheels on it, giving it a lick of red paint, and then claiming they fucking got a Ferrari, It's not a Ferrari, it's a pile of shite painted red, and that's what this Royal Rumble is. It's not a star-studded Rumble, it's 4 fucking bums and nobody cares of it. So, just wanted to address that since I didn't address it last week. But yeah, Michael Cole just lying to us all here, clearly lying to us all. But the Bloodline arrive in separate cars, separate Hummers or whatever they arrive in, trucks, we'll call them trucks. Sami Zayn and the Usos arrive in one, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman arrive in the other. Sami tries to give a fist bump to Roman Reigns as they enter the building, but Reigns walks past them. So, yeah, looks like Reigns is in a pissy fit again. And yet, this is pathetic. This guy's the longest reigning champion in recent history, and he's acting like such a little bitch, man. Time and time again, he's just, like, taking out on Sami. He's, like, ignoring Sami. He's falling out and huffing with Sami over absolutely nothing. Yeah, he's supposed to be the big bad, cool, champion. He's a fucking bitch, man. The guy sucks. I hate him. Well, I don't hate him, like, that's harsh, but he's overrated as fuck. The sooner he loses this belt, the better. Then we start tonight. So tonight, I'm not going to go through all that. I will talk about the first match, because I thought it was a bit interesting, but we start the SmackDown Tag Team title #1 contender tournaments tonight. So, essentially, this whole SmackDown was almost dedicated to this tournament. So basically you're getting 8 jobber teams, 8 teams that nobody care about. But the first match was probably it was the biggest match by far. It was Sheamus and Drew taking on the Viking Raiders, and Sheamus and Drew won, which I thought was weird, because the Viking Raiders for the past year, ever since they were billed as the Fish's Viking Raiders, this is like nearly a year ago, they were unbeaten up to this point. They were dominating everyone on SmackDown. They were destroying everybody on SmackDown, but of course they couldn't take the next step because they're a heel team. And the Usos are heel, and the Usos are in the Bloodline, so they've been holding the belts hostage because that's the only thing that happens in WWE these days is that the Bloodline hold every single belt. So it meant that the Viking Raiders couldn't do anything. So over the past year, they were dominating, but they could never challenge for the titles, but they were killing everybody else on the undercard. They were destroying every other team. I don't know how many times they destroyed the New Day, and the New Day are supposed to be one of the top teams. Then one of them got injured, so they took them off TV for like 3 months. They came back, and they basically, picked up where they left off. They were destroying teams again. And then this week, they lose out of nowhere to Sheamus and Drew in the first round, and it's not even the final, in the first fucking round. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. Why would you go through a year of building this team up to be unbeatable, destroying everybody, just to have them lose here? I mean, at least if you're going to lose to Sheamus and Drew, why not make it the final? Why the quarterfinals? Why the first round, man? It made no sense to me. So. Also, the Viking Raiders, where they were wearing black armbands, and it said "Dem Boys." They were referring to Jay Briscoe, who passed away. Michael Cole also wished the family of Jay Briscoe, the rest in peace, or whatever, wished the family well. They were referring to him as a Ring of Honor Hall of Famer. That might be true. He might be a Ring of Honor Hall of Fame, but I mean, who really cares? Cole referred to the Briscoes as one of the best tag teams in the world. Really? One of the best tag teams, and I know the guy's dead and stuff, but do you really have to kiss ass and pretend that there's something that they ain't? I mean, they're not the best. If they were the best tag team in the world, if they were even good, wouldn't Triple H have hired them years ago for NXT? Wouldn't they be in WWE by now? But they're not. They're not even in AEW. AEW didn't even want them. So, yeah, I'm not here to hate on a guy that's dead or anything like that. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. But it's a bit of a stretch for them to call him one of the best tag teams in the world. And again, the Viking Raiders, I just think it goes against their gimmick if they're wearing armbands in respect to somebody. They're supposed to be Vikings and they're supposed to not give a shit, but all of a sudden they're wearing black armbands. This is why there's no believability in wrestling. I'm not saying that you can't show respect to people like this, but I don't see why the Viking Raiders really on TV need to wear armbands. But I mean, whatever. Like I said, Drew and Sheamus won, so they advanced. And it's the Viking Raiders, they do not advance. We got LA Knight versus Greg Jones. Who the fuck is Greg Jones? I do not know, but LA Knight beat him. And then the Firefly Funhouse made its return. Bray Wyatt appeared as, not the Fiend, but as the other guy. I don't even know who the other guy's called. Fuck it. I don't care. Bray Wyatt and his 26 million split personalities. It doesn't excite me. Doesn't really do anything for me. We got all the characters as well, Rabbit and all this stuff, and then Wyatt was just saying jokes about how you should be scared of the dark and things hiding under your bed. Obviously, he's alluding to the Lights Out match, but again, I thought it was pretty poor. Speaking of poor, we get Hit Row up next, Top Dollar. This guy, he's a big, fat, unathletic piece of shit, man. I'm sorry. I just do not like Top Dollar. Every time I see him, he gets worse, Normally, people get better, but this guy gets worse. It doesn't make any sense. They beat the team of Los Lavarios. Yep, who cares? Then we got... What did we get after that? We got Charlotte Flair come out, but she didn't get to say anything because Sonya Deville interrupted her. Sonya Deville basically trying to goad Charlotte into a fight. Charlotte says she would fight her right here. Sonya said she would only do it if there was something in it for her, aka the Women's Championship. Adam Pearce comes out to make something official. Don't even know what it was, and then Sonya Deville attacked Charlotte from behind, and that's it. Boo, who cares? I actually don't mind Sonya. I think she should get a push, but it's not going to happen. There's no way. There's absolutely no way in hell she will beat Charlotte Flair for this belt. So, again, what is the fucking point? Then we got the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium. Imperium won. Imperium just bore me. I mean, does anybody even like Imperium apart from all these Ring of Honor nerds? Oh, the ring is sacred. We fight for integrity. I mean, you fight to bloody put me to sleep. That's what you fight for. But yeah, really, really bad. Then we got a package to show that the Raw 30th anniversary is coming up on Monday. And honestly, it's weird seeing these packages because all the good stuff they shows is from years ago. And then they'll show you something good from 15, 20 years ago, and then the next screen will be something from 2 years ago, and the quality is just massive. People don't care. It's Raw 30th. Give us the legends or give us nothing. Nobody cares about what happened 2 years ago in wrestling. Wrestling's sucked for a decade now. So, but they try and mix it in. They try and make it look as if wrestling's just been great for the last 30 years. Raw's been great for the last 30 years when it hasn't. You know, it hasn't. Nothing that's happened on Raw in the last 10 years can compare to, you know, the Ruthless Aggression era or the Attitude era or any other era. Even the Golden Generation era, man, was better than today's shit. Then we got Legado del Fantasma versus Maximum Male Models. Don't really see the point of Maximum Male Models, but they're still around. They're still taking L's. Legado del Fantasma get the win. Sami Zayn then enters the room. Roman Reigns says that he's sorry he wasn't hearing Sami before. Reigns says that Sami is just like him, a perfectionist, and Roman Reigns is, you know, basically apologising. He tells Sami that the best thing Sami can do tonight is make sure everything goes smoothly. He says make sure the jet's got enough fuel in it and all this shit. So just pathetic here for Roman Reigns, basically falling out with Sami Zayn and, you know, being a little bitch just because Sami Zayn is more popular than Reigns, because Sami Zayn had Kevin Owens beat last week. I mean, what's the gimmick here? Why is Roman Reigns acting like this? I think it's lame. But yeah, they do the fist pump, then Sami smells and he walks off looking relieved. And then Heyman, you know, Heyman's like sitting there like having a heart attack. It's like, oh, they're going to be okay. I hope Roman Reigns and Sami are going to get along. It's like, who cares, man? Seriously, Paul Heyman's overacting just destroys things, man. He's freaking out as if someone's dying. I mean, the two of them are literally just having a conversation, honestly. Then we come back from the break and it's the contract signing. Roman Reigns comes out, as does Adam Pearce, as does Solo Sikoa, and as does Paul Heyman. But Kevin Owens makes the surprise attack. He's there. So Kevin Owens takes out Solo, then he gets in the ring, takes out Roman Reigns, hits a powerbomb on Roman Reigns through the announce table. Sami Zayn then rushes down. The Usos were there as well, but Owens managed to take care of them too. So Owens basically beat up the entire bloodline here. Bit weird. Sami Zayn runs out. Owens bottles it. Owens then throws the contract at Sami Zayn and walks up through the crowd, and that's how SmackDown goes off the air. So, I mean, Kevin Owens essentially beat the bloodline up 4-on-1. Didn't do much for me, guys. Like I said, this wasn't a great show. It was basically just about these tag team titles, tag team tournament that nobody cares about, and a contract signing, you know, where nothing happened apart from Kevin Owens unrealistically beating up 4 men. So yeah, for me, I'm going to give this SmackDown a 1. It wasn't good. It was probably the poorest show I think we've seen since the New Year turned. So yeah, I know it's supposed to be Royal Rumble season. We're supposed to get us excited for the Royal Rumble. I don't think anyone was excited after watching this. I'm giving that 1 out of 10, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you in the next one. And of course, till then, been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later, and peace.